You can now buy DTFs through Cricut Design Space. I'm going to walk you through how to do it. So as you can see, I'm logged into Cricut Design Space, and here you see a few different icons. If you don't see these icons on your home page when you log into Cricut Design Space, I'm going to show you how to update your software so you can see these. So what I want to point out is this DTF transfer option here is still in beta, so that means that they're still working on it, still designing it. So there may be some kinks here, okay? But what I want to show you how to do first is show you how to update your software. So I'm going to click on my name in the top right corner, and then I'm going to click on settings. From here, you can see your application experience. So right now mine says live. I'm going to change it to beta. And it says that, the application may restart, save all your work before changing the application experience. So going to click on done. It's going to close out, and it's going to start installing the new software onto my computer. Okay, so while it's doing that, I just want to show you something really quickly. So this is the Cricut website, their blog, and you can see that they just released this article last week. So this option, this feature is very new on Cricut Design Space platform. I'm just going to scroll through, call out some highlights. I'll link this or I'll add this link down below in the description for you all. And you should be able to see that that software is still downloading on my computer. Basically, with DTFs, you don't have to even use your Cricut machine at all. So I'm just going to keep scrolling down. And looks like that software is coming in now. I'm going to hop back over to the website real quick and go down to the very bottom so you can see like some of the FAQs. You can see the material type that you can use DTFs on. You can see what DTF worked best for and kind of how it compares against sublimation and iron-on or heat transfer vinyl. And then it also shows you, like what are the transfer size options. So 11.4 by 11.4 is the maximum size that you can do. So none of those 6 feet rolls or larger rolls that you can get from like a Jiffy or Ninja Transfers or something like that. You can also see the cost range. So from $1.28 to $10.40. If you're a Cricut Access member, you do get 10% off your orders. Asking how long do DCF transfers last? About 75 washes, which is pretty typical for most graphic shirts that you would even buy from like a Target or a Walmart. Does it peel off? It says basically if you apply the right heat, pressure, peel method, it's going to bond securely and it should stay for those 75 washes. What's the difference between, DTF and sublimation? I'm not going to read through that, but you can. Is it better than direct to garment printing, and then what fabrics you can use as well? I do want to point out one more thing is that this beta experience is only available for Cricut US users. So if you're outside of the US, it may take a little while for this feature to roll out to you all. And it's only available on the desktop version of Cricut Design Space, not in the Cricut app on your phone or iPad. Okay. So here I am in Cricut Design Space. It has fully installed and uploaded for me. What you'll see here is the beta option in the top middle, basically allowing you to know that, you're using the beta feature within Cricut Design Space, the application experience. So I'm going to click out of that, and then I'm going to go over to the DTF transfer beta option, and let's see what happens. So it looks like it automatically pulled me. Okay, now I have this pop up. Okay, so it's telling you to select a DTF transfer size. I'm going to click on the men's shirt first, and let's see the maximum size, that 11.4 by 11.4. You can see that that option costs about $10.40. You can also see the minimum size as well for those men's shirt, 7.22. Hopping over to the women, the minimum size is 8 by 8, max size is 10 by 10, and then the youth shirt size 7 by 7, 9 by 9. And you don't have to, let's say that you're creating items that are, not shirts. You can still use these options to help you determine the size of your project. If you want to create a gang sheet, it's looking like 11 by or 11.4 by 11.4 is going to be the max size. I'm going to play around a little bit to see if we can, try to create something a little bit larger than that. But two, I think these preset sizes are to kind of help you determine, again, if it's a small shirt for a man, you probably need to use a 9.5 by 9.5 size design. If you're using, creating a DTF for a 2X shirt, You probably want to use this preset. Again, you can use this even for items that are not shirts. So let's say you're creating a tote bag or you're creating makeup bags or any other item that you want to put DTF transfers on. You can still use some of these presets to, make a gang sheet or just make a one-off design as well. And then I'm going to click on the baby bodysuit last. And the minimum size is, it gives you like the sizes of those bodysuits. You can see 4x4 and then 6x6 as the size. I'm just going to go up and click on the men's size and then click on the 11.4 by 11.4 and then click create. I do want to point out this note here. It says Cricut will print and ship your DTF transfers straight to you. The blanks shown are for preview purposes only, are not included. A compatible heat press is required to apply your transfer. So I'll click create. And two, obviously with these DTFs, you don't need your Cricut machine at all. So you're basically going to design your design that you want to go on your shirt or item, and then they're going to print it for you and you can, apply it to a shirt or whatever other item you want to apply it to. I'm going to close out of this preview over on the right side, but I just clicked on this little gift box and added it to the canvas. You can see the size of this gift box. It's about 6.8 by 6.8. As I mentioned before, let's say that we did want to put this gift box on a shirt that was a 2X. You would just drag it, make it as large. Obviously, it has to stay within that white background space, but this would be the design that you would put onto the shirt. You can also add multiple elements to it, to give it a little bit more flair. So just designing it how you want it to be. To go onto your shirt, and whatever other elements you want to use. You have a lot that are available in Cricut Design Space. Here, I'm just going to click on this filter and change it to print and cut operation. So you'll be able to see some of those graphics that have, a variety of colors in them. You can also search for things as well. So I'm just going to search for Mickey Mouse, as you saw that I had done before. I'm just gonna click on this one with Mickey and Minnie and add them in there. And as you see here, you will have to pay an additional fee for some of these copyright images. Um, so I just wanted to point that out. So from here, you can literally just build your design how you want it to, look for your items. And I do want to say, as with most DTF prints, um, they typically print with a clear background. That's something that I'll have to think through a little bit more for Cricut Design Space too, is because when you're uploading to like a Jiffy or Ninja Transfers, you have to export your image with a transparent background. Not quite sure how that's going to work for Cricut. I assume that that's going to be the case here too. That, this white background, it will not print with your design. But whatever, if your item, so like with this Mickey Mouse image, it doesn't have a background, so no background would actually print. So again, you can build your design however you want it to look. Again, using this as an example, if I wanted it to fill up the entire 11.4 by 11.4 space that we have to work with, we could just move forward. So I'm just going to show you really quickly. I'm going to click on this add to cart button. Don't save. So now that I'm here, it takes me over to the shopping cart on the Cricut website. And you can see the DTF transfer that I have. And then you can also see an additional fee for that Mickey and Minnie design. Again, if you have Cricut Access, you do get 10% off of your Cricut.com purchases. And yeah, from here, you would just put in your, information. I assume that you have to have maybe, not sure, but if you want free shipping, it looks like for this design, I need about $38 more and some change to apply for, be eligible for free shipping. So right now I'm having to pay $8 for shipping. So this one DTF is essentially costing me $19, which in my opinion is pretty pricey just for one DTF. And again, if you want to, create like a gang sheet or something like that, you probably could. But I just wanted to show you how to do that individual DTF that you would be, purchasing. So let's go back over to Cricut Design Space. And what I want to try to see is if I can upload my own image. So I'll click on the upload button and let's click on this Bluey character and click add to canvas. Let's see what's gonna happen. So let's say right now this Bluey design is 9.8. Let's say that I'm putting this on, some makeup bags or backpacks or something for kids. And I just want to make duplicates of it because I'm making, let's say, a lot of different copies. So let's just make some duplicates and keep going. Okay. And let's click preview to see what that does. And it's gonna show a preview on the shirt. Obviously, we're not putting this on a shirt, but let's click add to cart and see what that looks like. Okay, so I get this message that says confirm your rights to uploaded images. Your design includes one or more uploaded images. By continuing with your DTF transfer order, you confirm that you have the rights to these images as required by our terms of service. So basically, if I click continue, it's saying that I have the rights to this Bluey image, which honestly I don't. But I'm just going to click continue anyway, just to see what happens. We have to test and see what happens. Now I know some DTF print shops, they tell you that they don't print copyright images. And so basically, if you were to send a copyright image through, they would not print it for you. Um, so yeah, gonna delete this Disney or Mickey Mouse design. And again, this one gang sheet, quote unquote, it's gonna cost me 18 bucks. And the gang sheet size is 11.4 by 11.4. So that's how you would kind of create like a gang sheet to add multiple designs to one print, basically. So I'm gonna hop back over to Cricut Design Space one more time. And again, you can upload your own images. So let's say that you have images of your, like a child or a family member or your dog or anything like that. You would be able to do that as well. Also, I love Creative Fabrica. You could, download patterns and designs from there too and upload them. Just going to show you how to do that. This design right here is from Creative Fabrica. Just going to add it to my canvas and hop over to the canvas and click cancel here. So here's that design from Creative Fabrica. Over here on the left side, they're showing you some of those Cricut Design Space images that are similar to what I just uploaded. So again, if you wanted to just use this as the entire design, you would just drag it so that it fills up the entire white space that you have here. If you wanted to, like add some additional text, you could do that too. So I'm just going to click on text, double click inside of there, add my name, and just drag this down. From there, you could change up, like the colors and things like that up top. I'll just choose a red. So yeah, you could do that as well. One thing that I did notice is that when I add this text, I'm not able to change up the operation type here. So normally you would be able to, oh, okay, here it is, the pattern. So I could even add a pattern to my name. I'm just going to click on a random pattern and see what that does. Click edit pattern, make it larger. Okay. Okay, so that looks cool. So yeah, you can add your own text and you can upload patterns and things like that, just to make your design a little bit more personalized as well. And DTFs, again, they're really great because you can, design them, have Cricut to print them for you, and then you can just press them onto your material. Again, you don't need a Cricut for this. You're not going to have to weed anything. It's literally receiving your DTFs in the mail, and then you're going to press them onto your garment or your material. So right now, I just want to discuss a couple pros and cons for ordering your DTFs through Cricut. Some of the pros include, again, you have access to these full color pre-built designs. They have a lot here in Cricut Design Space, but you can also upload your designs if you're buying them from Etsy, if you're buying them from Creative Fabrica, or just uploading or downloading them from Google. You can do that. There's no more waiting. There's no Cricut that's needed. So those are some of the pros. Additional pro is the shipping time, which they say is about 48 hours, which is pretty impressive. Now, some of the cons of, using Cricut Design Space to create your DTFs include, your designs are basically going to be stuck in Design Space, so you can't export them and share them with others. That's been one of the, frustrations with the Cricut Design Space platform in total, is that everything that you create is stuck in Cricut Design Space. You cannot, export an SVG file or even export these DTFs to your computer so you can share them or even, sell them somewhere. Everything that you design is going to be stuck here in Design Space. You can't use those copyright images that you upload, from your computer. Let's say you go and find a bluey design like I showed you. Technically, you shouldn't be using those to upload to your DTF transfer because you have to agree to those terms, the Cricut's terms and use. So I'm not sure how that process works if you decided to actually go forward and print it. I've never tried that, but you could, try that out and see how it works for you. And then the limitation on the gang sizes. Again, most people, they use Jiffy, they use Ninja transfers because you can have gang sheets that are like 6 feet tall and maybe even larger than that. And right now, with Cricut's limitation on the max size being about 11.4 by 11.4, you're not able to create a true gang sheet. Hopefully, they will increase that size limit so that they can be more competitive with, a Jiffy and Ninja and other DTF shops as well. So what I'm actually going to do right now, and then I'm going to wrap up this video, is to upload my logo. And let me find it here. Logo. And I have a lot of different logos that are not mine. Okay, so I'm going to click on my inside outline logo, click view, and I'm going to click cancel here. And I actually want to put this logo on a shirt. And I'm going to make this logo about 10.4 inches wide. From there, I'm just going to find, another image. I'm just going to pull in a couple images because I want to actually purchase something from Cricut Design Space just so I can see how it works. So I'm just going to search love and see what pops up. For templates, nothing pops up. So I'm just going to go to images and type in love. And I'm going to turn on that filter and click on print and cut. I like this design here. So there's going to be a part 2 to this video. So right here in this video, basically what I'm doing is to place my order, and then I'm going to come back in a second video and show you, me receiving the designs and then me also pressing them onto my shirt, and then also maybe some other item that I have, like a tote bag or something. So I'm just using the word love. These smaller ones at the bottom, I'll just press those on, some small item that I have laying around. Let me rotate this one because with DTF sheets, you have to try to maximize the paper. So yeah, and I'm actually going to save this one, DTF transfer order, and hit save. Okay, it's still saving. Next, I'm going to wait for it to load, and then I'm going to add it to my cart, and then I am going to check out. Okay, so I'm adding it to the cart now. And you don't have to mirror your designs either. I want to point that out. Okay, so it's asking me confirm that I have rights to these images. I'm going to click continue. It says that one of my images has low resolution. I'm just going to proceed anyway. Okay, so I'm going to click add to cart. Oops, I need to go back and remove the bluey. So I'm going to remove the bluey. It was asking me if I wanted to add the Cricut Access to cart. I already subscribed to Cricut Access. So I'm going to delete that. So yeah, from here, I'm just going to check out and I'll add in some additional footage of what that process looked like. Going to make sure I cover up any of my personal data, but I'll add in some footage in just a second.